First thing to do is to rotate your wheel so it's upside down like this. Do this while your battery's still connected, because otherwise your steering light won't come off. And so that just reveals your little hole there, is it? Okay. So obviously you need to start this job by removing the positive terminal on the battery. Don't worry, this just comes right off. It's a 10mm socket, by the way, 10mm, so just need to undo that one. And don't worry, the only thing that needs to be reset afterwards is your clock. Your airbag light doesn't come on or anything like that. Now we're just trying to insert the screwdriver and to pop off this airbag. A little trick worth noting is that as you're doing this, it's probably a really good idea to have one hand on the airbag, because as soon as you actually find the clip, which is on either side of the hole, you'll feel the airbag moving forward, and that's when you know when to sort of keep pushing on that part, and that's when you'll know that you'll actually unclip a piece of the airbag. So if you decided to replace this plastic piece on your E60 M5, the good news is you don't have to take off the steering wheel, and you don't necessarily have to pay 55 quid for a new one of these. You can actually refurbish the old one if you want to. Now, one of the main things is that you use a flat blade screwdriver, but if you actually put it at an angle, okay, it doesn't go straight down into the hole when you're trying to pop the airbag off. You need to go to the left and to the right, because as you can see, those two square holes, they're what clip the airbag. And so you need to release each one on either side, and you'll see the airbag actually move. You'll feel it with the edge of the flat blade. See what sort of angle I have on there? So you feel it with the edge of the flat blade, and that will actually push a spring down. You'll feel that, and then they'll unclip. Since I've done mine, I'm not actually going to bother taking my airbag off, but once the airbag is off, you just take it off. There's a yellow clip that you undo. Simple, just they're very easy to unclip that. And then there are two T20 Torx on either side here. There's kind of like a little leg that sort of sticks out on either side. You just undo both of those, and then you'll actually find that there's two T20 Torx here as well, and two here, and they're just what attach this bit of plastic we're trying to remove to these buttons here. So you just need to undo those. Don't worry, they have a different thread to the two that you will have undone. So there'll be two T20 Torx there which have a fine thread, and these ones have a coarse thread, so you'll never get them mixed up. And of course there'll be four of those, so two here and then two here. So this is what it looks like partway through the sanding process. I sort of sanded most of this side, and that's starting to look a lot better. I still got one or two little patches there to go over, but I'm using 2000 grit sandpaper, which is nice and fine. But as you can see, I sort of hoped that it would actually still be quite black, so I could just snap it back on the wheel. But it looks as though it's sort of going a little bit grey, which might look a bit strange. So what I'll probably go over it with a bit of matte black, and that'll make it look quite nice. I've actually applied a bit of duct tape to that little center badge there, so I can go ahead and sand without actually scratching the badge, having to remove it, and then it should be good to go for its paint. So after I finished sanding it back and getting all the paint off, I then decided that the finish was quite good with the 2000 grit sandpaper. So in the end, I actually just sprayed over it with a bit of back to black, would you believe? And the results are quite nice. There's a slight sort of two-tone happening here with the two bits of plastic. You can't really see it from the camera, but there's a slight difference in shade there, and that's captured by just sanding it all back. So I'm absolutely stoked with the results, and I'm pleased that I didn't actually have to go out and buy a new piece when I could recycle the old one.